We continue to follow breaking news on the heels of a 7.0 earthquake that hit in Humboldt County earlier today, triggering not only a tsunami warning that has now been canceled, but some evacuation warnings. Also, BART came to a standstill at a time. They had to close the underwater tube on BART between San Francisco and Berkeley in the Oakland area, obviously for security reasons. And joining us right now in studio is Dr. Harsh Verma, who works and owns Glocol Networks. This is a crowd analytic company, and you work with the USGS, and it's really and like trains like ACE train and also the Capital Corridor, because in this type of a situation, in an earthquake situation, they need to know exactly how many people are on the train and at what time, right?
Yeah, so thank you so much for having me here. So we at Glocol Networks have just signed a technology partnership with the USGS. And so the idea is we are doing pilot testing, right now, but this was happening in real time right now. So,
right.
As a pilot test, what we are doing is we are providing crowd analytics on the trains, the intercity trains running between Sacramento and San Jose. They've extended the trials onto the trains between Oakland, Sacramento, and Bakersfield near Los Angeles. The Altamont Corridor express trains, commuter express trains, bringing in high-tech workers from Stockton to San Jose, Santa Clara. And under this partnership with the USGS, we are looking at seeing how the crowd analytics can be used as a mitigation approach for, let's say, when the earthquake occurs. If the train or any property is very close to the vicinity of the epicenter of the earthquake of such high magnitude,
right,
then immediate action has to be deployed. Immediate services have to be provided. God forbid, if there was an incident like that, the emergency services, first responder, people need to know where to get to. Where are the more people to save lives? Because, seconds matter, right? So we have to save as many lives as possible in such situations.
And you were talking about why, using AI and why this is also important, because sometimes people get on a train and they move to one car or the next, and there may be more people in one car than the other. And I mean, today in this situation today, yes, we believe it was along the San Andreas Fault, and it didn't particularly affect any BART trains or anything like that. But it could have been anywhere else, and we have so many different fault lines. But this kind of information is really important when every single second matters and you need to evacuate people.
Absolutely, yes. So from the rail agency perspective, they are interested in just knowing how crowded a train, which car is more crowded, and they want to have the cars evenly distributed. But the USGS folks thought that this is very important, and under our technical partnership we just signed up, to provide crowd analytics so that we get the information from USGS about the earthquake early warning notification as a message to us, and then we use that to identify which properties are close to the vicinity of the earthquake, closer to the epicenter of the earthquake. And we can then broadcast this information out to emergency responders, first responders, Cal OES, or any other, emergency service providers.
And speaking of Cal OES, you were literally just at the Cal OES Hazard Mitigation Summit, and you were there when the earthquake happened. What were people saying? I mean, you were with all the people that work on everything we're dealing with today.
I was in the auditorium and listening to the speakers, and suddenly this alert came on. First we thought that it was a test alert, and then we realized, no, it's a real alert. And then I had my ShakeAlert app, which basically comes from USGS. So that showed me that there's an earthquake. And initially I thought it may be a test, because they do have tests. We are undergoing a lot of tests. And then I checked up on Google and I saw it was real earthquake, and it occurred, well, it was not exactly there, but it was somewhere else. But had PeopleSense been deployed, so we could provide real-time information on the occupancy of that particular venue, which is very important, because right now many offices and buildings a lot of people are work from home, so you may not know whether that office is empty or crowded. So it's important to know whether a particular property is empty, fairly crowded, or full or nearly full. So that's
a very good point. We just learned that today. I mean, I could see how all of that would be helpful. Dr. Verma, thank you so much for joining us with PeopleSense. We appreciate your time. We're going to take a quick break.
Thank you very much for having me here.
We'll be right back.